Hello, welcome to this week's level 1 class. So we're going to need our circle again today, and if you have it, we're going to use the edge of the couch, or if you have the big gym balls, we're going to use that for a little bit today. So again, we're going to work on our back today. This will be the last week of this 4-week block, and we're going to change up and work on the abs a lot more from next week. So we'll come on to the hands and knees and get started. So the usual warm up, hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips, tuck the elbows in. I'm just going to warm the spine up. So again, just flexing, extending the spine, getting some movement into it, forward and backwards. Really push the ribs up to the ceiling, pushing the hands away from the body. So again, the shoulder blades moving. Drop the ribs down, arch the back, lift the head up, and then back down. Good. Back down to the head, and back down to the chest, and as you lift the head up, one last one. Drop the head down, push the ribs to the ceiling, and drop the ribs down halfway. So looking down between the fingers, we're going to bring the feet out to the side, and we're getting our lateral flexions in now as well. So just some extra little bit of movement, side to side in the spine. Good. One more each side, and last one, and back to the middle. So now for a little bit of rotation, so our right hand comes underneath our left shoulder, reaching as far across as we can, back to the middle, and to the opposite side, and back. So with the right hand, we're reaching underneath the left shoulder, we're dropping the right shoulder down to the mat, and we're just twisting the middle of our spine, the middle of our body. Back to the middle, left hand out to the side, and back, one more each side. Remember, tuck the left elbow in so it's pointing down to the toes, right hand out to the side, back to the middle, and last one, left hand out to the side, and then back to the middle. Perfect. Next one we're going to do some T push-ups. So you can do this from your knees, or from your feet. I'm going to do it from the knees today. So we're going to come down, push up, right hand up to the ceiling, right hand down, down, push up, left hand to the ceiling, and back down. So remember, we do our push-ups, we keep the elbows tucked in by our side, shoulder blades pinched together, our left elbows pointing to the feet, right hand to the ceiling, back down, right side, keep the elbows tucked in, shoulder blades back, down, back up, left hand to the ceiling, one last one each side, elbows tucked in, down, up, right hand to the ceiling, left elbows pointing back, and last one, down, back up, left hand to the ceiling, right elbows tucked in, hands back down, and have a little rest there. So we're going to walk the feet forward, so a little bit of coordination, left leg back behind the body, right arm up in front, and into nice big wide circles. Good, keep the shoulder blades back and down. Change directions. Keep the hips and shoulders as still as you can as you do this. Perfect. Arms and legs back down. Right leg back, left arm up in front. And circles again. And change directions. Good, nice round circles with the heel and the hand. Keep the shoulder blades together. And bring the arms and legs back down. Perfect. Over onto our back now. So, rest the head onto our head block. We're going to imprint the spine. Hands resting by the side. Bring the legs to tabletop. Tap the right toes off the mat. Back up. And then the left toes. Good. Right and left. Right and left. Perfect. Focus on the imprint. Keep the back squeezed down. Rib cages pulled down. Good. One last one each leg. And left. And bring the feet down onto the mat. Next what we're going to do, we're going to imprint the spine. Exaggerate the imprint. Lift the hips up. And back down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. 5. Back down. Halfway. 6. Keep the rib cage down as you push the hips up. 7. 8. Last 2. 9. One last one. 10. And then rest the hips down. So grab your cushion or your circle next. Circle between the thighs. We're going to squeeze the circle nice and tight. imprint and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Keep the knees together now. Don't let the knees start to push apart. 8. Last 2. 9. One last one. Nice smooth movements up and on the way back down. And give the legs a rest. We're going to keep the hips up nice and high for the next one. And we're going to squeeze the circle in and out. As you do this, nice smooth movements in each direction. So, imprint the spine, squeeze the circle. So pull the rib cage down, push the back into the mat. Lift the hips up nice and high. Drop the knees out. And together. 1, 2, 3. Keep the hips high as you do this. 4, 5. As you drop the knees out, the hips will want to sink to the mat. Or you'll start to lose the imprint. You'll push the ribs up towards things. So keep the rib cage down. Hips nice and high. One last one. And then roll the hips back down. So we'll be squeezing the abs, pulling the rib cage down, tucking the hips underneath the body after the whole exercise. Next we're going to drop one knee out to the side. So squeeze the circle nice and tight. We're going to lift the hips up, drop the left knee out and in. 1, then the right. 2, 3, 4. Remember, as the left knee drops out, the left hip will want to drop down, and then the same on the right side. So keep the hips nice and high. As you drop that right knee out, push the hip to the ceiling ever so slightly. Good. Good. Keep the rib cage down. 2 more on each leg. Left, right, left. And then roll the hips back down and give the legs a little rest. Take the circle out for a second. Next we're going to bring the legs to tabletop. So big deep breath in. Push the ribs out. Breathe all the air out of the lungs. Pull the rib cage down and in. Imprint the spine, roll the pelvis back. Legs to tabletop. Circle between the thighs. Squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Grab the circle and bring the feet down. We're going to do one leg at a time for the next one. With this, remember, keep the shins parallel. So as you drop the knee out, make sure the foot comes out with the knee as well. Imprint the spine. Legs to tabletop. Hands by the side. Squeeze the circle. Left leg out. Back in. Right leg out. And in. Left leg. Right leg. Remember, the knee and the foot move together as one unit. So the gap between the knees and the ankles are always equal. Good. Keep the imprint. Keep the legs moving from side to side. Good. 2 more each leg. 1 on the left, 1 on the right. Last one on the left, last one on the right. Grab the circle and bring the feet down. Next one's for the shoulders. So we're just going to relax the feet onto the mat. We're going to imprint the spine, pull the rib cage down. Hold the circle in the hands. First one is easy, not easier. This one just gets a bit of motor control into the shoulders. So you very gently squeeze the circle. What you do is you push the hands up to the ceiling, keep the elbows locked out, drop the shoulder blade back. Your hands literally move up and down about 1 inch to 2 inches. It's a very small movement. Up and back down. Good. Up and back down. As you do this, make sure the shoulder blades are pulled down to the toes. So don't let them come up to the shoulders. Keep the shoulder blades down to the toes. Push the hands to the ceiling. Drop the shoulders back. Push the hands to the ceiling. Drop the shoulders back. Perfect. Nice smooth movements. Keep pulling the shoulder blades down towards the feet so they're not scrunching up to the ears. So don't do it the way I'm doing it there. Do it this way. Perfect. Good. Now for the last couple, tuck the elbows in. So point the elbows down towards the feet now as well. Perfect. So we've really got the shoulder blades squeezing in. And we're keeping in a nice position. The elbows start to point out, the shoulders start to round. So we're tucking the elbows in, pointing the point of the elbows towards the toes. It makes it a lot better for the shoulder blades to stay down and back. Perfect. Next one, keep the hands up to the ceiling. We're going to squeeze the circle and relax. Now tuck the elbows in, pull the shoulder blades back and down, squeeze and relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't worry about the core for this one. Keep the point of those elbows pointing towards the feet. 8, 9, last one, 10, and relax. You notice you start to really squeeze in. The elbows start to flare out and you try to squeeze like this. Keep those elbows pointed towards the toes all the time, even with the arms straight, and gets more work into the shoulders, keeps them in a nice position. Next we're going to do one hand at a time. So hands pointing to the ceiling again. Squeeze the circle tight, keep the elbows tucked in. Left hand to the side, back in. Right hand to the side, and in. Left hand, right hand. Good. Focus on keeping the shoulder blades down. There shouldn't be any tension in the neck. Pull the rib cage down, so increase the activity of the core muscles. Good. 8, 9, last one, 10. And bend the elbows and bring the hands down. Perfect. Next what we're going to do, we're going to bring the legs to tabletop. We're going to hold the circle pointing up to the ceiling. We're going to do some double leg toe taps. So imprint the spine, squeeze the rib cage down, circle between the two hands, legs to tabletop, squeeze the circle, tap the 2 feet and back up. 1, 2, 3, point the elbows to the mat. 4, focus on the core. 5, good. Don't worry about squeezing the circle too hard, just a gentle squeeze. 8, last 2, 9, and last one, 10. Legs to tabletop, bring your feet down, and then rest the hands down. So we're not looking for too much work with the hands there, we just want to keep them in a nice position, because the next exercise we're going to build on that. We're going to do our double leg toe taps again, and this time we're going to bring the hands back behind the head as you tap the feet off the mat. So, next exercise, point the hands up towards the ceiling, drop the shoulder blades back, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, squeeze the circle, tap the 2 feet, arms come back. 1, 2, remember to keep those elbows tucked in. 3, 4, tap the toes and the circle off the ground. 6, gentle squeeze. 7, both of the knees and the circle. 8, squeeze the back into the mat. 9, one last one, keep the elbows tucked in. 10, and bring the feet down onto the mat. Perfect. Last one, the circle between the thighs. We're going to squeeze the circle between the legs, hands by the side. Extend the right leg, slide the right heel to the side, keeping the toes pointed to the ceiling, and squeeze in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg, slide the left heel out, and in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Bend the left knee, grab the circle. I'm going to leave it down to the side now. We're going to get rid of it. We're going to do a little bit more bridging, so we're going to come back to that. Bring the right knee into the chest, pull the shoulder blades back and down, left foot on the mat, lift the heel and lower. 1, 2, 3, keep the knee nice and close to the chest. 4, 5, 6, the knee comes up over your head. 7, it doesn't reach straight to the ceiling. 8, 9, 10, and rest back down. Switch legs, right foot on the mat, left knee to the chest, hug the left knee in nice and tight, shoulder blades back and down, chin is tucked in, and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and rest back down. Perfect. Bring the feet onto the mat. If you have your gym ball, we're going to grab that now. I have mine in perfect position there. I don't know how to get up to get it. If you don't have one, put the feet on the edge of the couch. So, twist yourself around now. Get the feet up onto the edge of the couch or a chair, or perfect if you have the gym ball. Hands by the side. We're going to lift the hips and lower. 1. Keep the rib cage down into just 2. So the focus should be on pulling the ribs down and in. 3. And rest back down. Nice smooth movements. 4. So the last thing you want to do here is push up by the ribs and see the back arch here. We want to keep the back, without falling. We want to keep the back straight. So don't let the back arch. Pull the ribs down. Lift and lower. Good. And lift and lower. Perfect. Lift and lower. Squeeze the rib cage down. Lift and lower. 2. And last 1. And back down. Perfect. Next one, hands on the ribs. We're taking our balance away little bit by little bit, so don't fall off the ball like I nearly did there. Hands on the ribs, pull the rib cage down, shoulders back and down, chin is tucked in. Big deep breath in, expand the ribs, breathe all the way out, bring the ribs down and hold them there. Lift the hips and lower. 1, 2, so we're working our hamstrings here. 3, so the legs straight, we're working the hamstrings. With the knee bent, we work our glutes. So these straight leg bridges, you should be feeling it further down the thighs. 4, 3, 2, last 1, and lower back down. Good. So you should be feeling it back in here, working really hard. Next one, we're going to hands across the chest. So again, if you're on the ball, brings balance into it a little bit more. If you're on the couch, means you can't push through with the arms, so it does bring a little bit more work towards the hamstrings. Hands across the chest. Big deep breath in. Breathe all the air out. Pull the rib cage down. Squeeze the abs. Hold the ribs there. Lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep the ribs down. Push the pelvis to the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, 9, last 1, 10, and rest back down. Good. Give yourself a little rest for a second. Next what we're going to do, we're going to lift the hips up nice and high. We're going to lift one foot up and down off the couch. So we're coming into a single leg. Single leg, straight leg, hip lifts or bridges. Big long name for this exercise. So hands by the side again. So shoulder blades back and down. Pull the ribs down in, so that big deep breath in. Expand the ribs as wide as you can. Breathe all the way out, so you pull the ribs down and in. Hands by the side, lift the hips. Lift the right leg for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right leg back down, lift the left leg for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hips nice and high. Last 1. And back down, and rest the hips down. Great. Next one, if you have a ball, this is where we do 2 different exercises. If you have a ball, we're going to curl the ball in towards the hips and straighten the legs back down. If you don't have a ball, you're going to lift your hips up nice and high, hands across the chest, and hold yourself in that bridge position. So legs are straight, hands by the side if you have the ball, hands across your chest if you're on the edge of the couch. Lift the hips up and hold yourself there if you're on the edge of the couch. If you're on the ball, bend the knees and straighten. So 1, 2, keep the hips extended as you bend the knees. 3, 4, so push the hips to the ceiling. 5, putting more weight onto the shoulders. 6, nice smooth moves as you straighten the legs. 7, 3 more. 8, 9, last 1, 10, and back down. And rest the hips down. Good, so you can see get a little bit shaky as I start to go out towards the end. All the hamstring work is tiring the hamstrings, and you can see the movement not as good quality. Last one we're going to do, we're going to have 1 foot on the ball, 1 foot on the couch, or 1 foot on the couch. The opposite knee in towards the chest, and lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that left knee comes in an arc overhead. 8, 9, 10, and back down. Perfect. Last one for the hamstrings down. Left foot is on the couch, right knee is into the chest. Rib cage comes down and in, hands by the side, lift and lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10, and rest back down. Good, so we're going to get rid of the ball, or move yourself away from the couch again. That ball's not sitting here, I'm going to sit up now. Perfect, and we're going to come into sitting for the next exercise anyway. So if you're lying down, you can always try a roll up. I'm already sitting up, so I won't. Hands back either side of the mat. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Twist the elbows sort of pointing towards each other. So the crease of the elbow points out to the side. So shoulder blades are pinched. Ankles, knees, hips, all of 90 degrees. Sit back into the hands. Straighten both legs and bend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest down. Relax the shoulders. We're going to do another one for the back muscles. We're going to lie back down, and we're going to do a little bit for the core. We're going to alternate back and forward. Next one, pinch the shoulder blades together, twist the elbows so they point towards each other, straighten the right leg, keep the leg straight, lower, and lift. 1, 2, 3, stick the chest forward. 4, twist the elbows towards each other. 6, 8, 9, and set the shoulders again. 10, bend the right knee, keep the shoulder blades pinched, straighten the left leg, lower, lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, squeeze the shoulder blades. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Bend the left knee, rest the legs down, straighten the legs, and lie back down onto your back. Perfect. So we're going to do a little bit of core this week, because we're bringing it back in next week, so don't be too much of a shock to me or to you. So bend the knees. We're going to do a few flutter kicks next. So imprint the spine, hands by the side, pull the ribs down, push the back down into the mat, squeezing all the abs, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, and little flutter kicks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet back down. Perfect. Next we're going to do our double leg lowers. So similar movement, but both legs move in the same direction. And again we squeeze the back down as we drop the legs away and keep the breathing in and out nice and smooth the whole time. Hands by the side, relax the shoulder blades back, imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, straighten the legs to the ceiling, lower and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Bend the knees and bring the feet down. Straighten the legs down onto the mat. We're going to do 10 roll-ups. Hands back behind the head, arms forward, chin to the chest, rolling up, chest forward at the top, and then back down. Point the elbows down to the mat as you roll up, arms parallel to the floor. 2, 3, stick the chest forward at the end. 4, 5, 5 more. Halfway there. 6, chest forward, nice and smooth on the way down. Slow it down on the way back down. 7, last 3. Chest forward. 9, one last one. Keep the shoulder blades back and down. 10. Perfect. Stay up and sitting. Bring the hands back either side of the mat. So fingers pointing back and slightly to the side. Pinch the shoulder blades back. Hips, knees, ankles at 90 degrees. Straighten the right leg, lower halfway, and circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change directions. 5, 4. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 2, 1. Bend the right knee. Straighten the left leg. Reset the shoulder blades. Little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change directions. 5, 4. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Twist the elbows. 2, 1. Bend the left knee. Perfect. Next one. 2 legs together. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades. Twist the elbows towards each other. Straighten the 2 legs. Lower. Lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Squeeze the shoulder blades. 8, 9. Last one. 10. Bend the knees and rest back down onto relax onto the mat. Good. 2 more core exercises and then we're going to stretch the next when we're finished. So imprint the spine, legs to tabletop, tuck the chin in, chin to the chest, head and shoulders up, right hand to the outside of the right ankle, left hand to the inside of the right knee, straighten the left leg. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep the chest up, keep the shoulder blades back and down. Good. 14, 15, 16, 19, 20. Bend the knees, bring the feet down and have a rest. Good. Last core exercise. 2 hands to the side of the head. Imprint the spine. Legs to tabletop. Chin to the chest. Head and shoulders up. Elbows to the knees. Straighten the legs, elbows apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep the chest up. 8, 9. Last one. 10. Bend the knees, rest the head down and bring the feet down. Perfect. And that's it for today's class. Well, that's the hard bit. We're going to come up into sitting now. We're going to stretch the neck. So up nice and tall, pinch the shoulder blades back, looking straight ahead, bring the right ear to the right shoulder, slightly turn it up so we're getting the anterior scalenes. Right hand over the top of the head, guide the head towards the right side, drop the left shoulder back and the right shoulder. Good. And just hold that stretch. Try to relax the tension in the body. Keep the chest up nice and tall, but try and relax the legs, the abs, the left arm, the right arm. And then back to the middle. Look straight ahead again. Tilt the head to the left hand over the top of the head. Turn the head very slightly, just so you can see the top corner of your room. Shoulders drop back. Chest up nice and tall. And nice smooth breaths. Good. Relax the left shoulder. And make sure it's just the head that's the anxious side. Don't bring the shoulders with it. Perfect. And back to the middle. One last one. Nose towards the right armpit. Nose towards the right shoulder, or nose towards the right armpit. Hand over the top of the head. Pinch that left shoulder back. Chest up nice and tall. And just guide the head down. Perfect. Back to the middle, to the left side. Left hand over the top of the head. Shoulders pinched back again. So nice relaxing into the class. Stretching out all the muscles that will tense up the shoulders and wrap the shoulders forward. Worked on all the muscles in the back of the back and all the way down to the back of the thighs. And then back to the middle. So we've worked on our last few weeks. Next week, as I said, we're going to start with the abs a little bit more and work on them. So see you next week for another 4-week block. See you then. Bye bye.